Hi, I'm Christian Furno with RazorGage. Today we're going to be going over the process of calibrating your machine. So when you first get your machine, you're going to need to go through the homing process. So you open up your software and you're going to be met with a message that says the encoder communication error. Check the servo motor cable connection. And then there's a button here for reset encoder. This will only have to be done when you first start up the machine and any time that you take the cables off of this Yaskawa servo drive in the back. So then we'll press reset encoder and that'll start a 50-second timer for the Yaskawa to reboot. So once the timer is done, you're going to see the software will reset and then it'll home. So it'll bring up the homing and then it'll home until it reaches the hard stop. Hits the hard stop and then it backs up a little bit, and then the next thing you're going to want to do for the setup of your gauge is going to be adjust your your pusher. So you're going to adjust this until it's about as close as you can get to the saw. You are going to want to leave a little bit of a gap there so that way when it homes, because of that backup, that it doesn't hit the saw itself. And then at that point you're going to lock down your pusher. And that part is now set. So your next thing that you're going to want to do is take a piece of material and slide it into the saw, and using the pusher as a stop, you're going to butt that piece of material up against it. If it's not squared off already, you will want to square off that piece of material. And then you'll make a cut and you'll back up the pusher and you'll pull that piece out and measure it with a pair of calipers. So what that is for is when you go into settings here, you'll enter the password 5239 and go over to the position tab. And for your home offset, if you cut it when it was at the home position, you can just put that in right here under home offset. For our purposes, I know this one is going to be 1.913, but it's going to be whatever you measure. And then you'll save the changes, the software will reset, and your home offset's going to be set. The next thing is going to be calculating your scale factor. You shouldn't have to do this, but if you're getting parts that are off, then you'll need to do that. So again, you'll go to the settings and type in the password 5239 to enable you being able to change settings. So to calculate your scale factor, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to move the gauge to as far away from the saw as you can get and cut a part with it. So for this gauge, if I were to say 96 inches, now this one won't go to 96, but we'll go 80 inches then. I move out to 80 inches, and then I would put my part in here and I would cut an 80-inch cut. Then I'd go to settings, 5239, position. So 80 inches, say my part measured 79.875. I would hit calculate scale factor, then use and save changes. It's going to reset the encoder again. And the new scale factor will be taken into account. And next time you cut, say, an 80-inch part, it's going to be 80 inches. And so that's how you calibrate the RazorGage RG3.